Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to part 19 of the Final Fantasy IV Let's Play.
Last we checked that, we're now in Mysidia. There goes the end of our spoiler.
Like I said at the end of the last part, we can technically now go to the final dungeon of the game, but we're not ready for that just yet, because now it's time to go into a feature that the Game Boy Advance version introduced, thank fucking God. But now we can switch party members out. In the original SNES game, you were pretty much stuck with Cecil, Kane, Edge, Rydia, and Rosa by the time you got to this part of the game. But when the Game Boy Advance version came out, they allowed us to switch with the party members that we've played and experienced with throughout our adventure. And this is actually a feature that I'm really glad they introduced, with the exception of Edward. I still don't like him. Luckily, the characters have leveled up with us.
That's amazing. So I have a question. Why kick out 3 out of 4 of them? Paladin Forum that much better?
Well, you see, the thing we're going to do for this part, ladies and gentlemen, because remember earlier I said none of the parts are really going to be filler for the most part. I would technically count this as filler because we're going to be spending this entire part doing one of the optional dungeons that was introduced in the Game Boy Advance version. We're going to the cave of... it's the Trial of something. I don't remember what it was. But this...
Trial of the Dragon?
The Trial of the Dragon. This place opens up after you beat the Giant of Babel. And in actuality, if I could sum up the place, it just really serves as a mean to get the 5 other characters caught up in terms of equipment. You know, because even though, you know, Sid, Palamporum, Yang, and Edward are leveled up with us, their equipment is pretty ancient.
Ancient ain't the word, son.
So this new place exists to give these characters equipment so that they're caught up with Cecil and the gang, so that they're ready to go.
We're gonna give them hope.
Yeah, yeah, to give them hope. But I will say though that since they leveled up with the gang, Palam and Porum are actually pretty fucking badass, and Yang in himself is rocking a hell of a lot of HP
and attack power.
Yes, in fact,
mostly from the mustache.
Another reason why I'm really glad I love this feature, because now we're gonna replace Edge with Yang.
That's awesome.
Later down the road. So the optional dungeon opens up in Mount Ordeals. You get this little cutscene right here, which shows you the entrance to the place.
All the way up there. Johnny. Fuck! Well, it's a good thing Rydia isn't around. I hate to be called the jinx for that one.
Oh, with the power of fading to black, with a new door opens up. So now it's time to do the optional dungeon, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll find out what the name of it is the moment we walk to the door.
Cave of
Trials. Okay, welcome to the
That's
Cave of
fucking,
Trials,
you know, cheesy.
It's generic.
And Dad, what are you doing? Hee hee.
Now, the one thing I really hate, though, about the Cave of Trials is that you technically have to go through this place twice. You can't remove Cecil from your formation. So you can only bring 4 of the 5 other characters you can now switch with.
Is that really a problem, considering the 5th one is Edward?
Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, you know? I want to get Edward's weapon and equipment just for the sake of him being caught up, but at the same time, it's still kind of stupid. I can understand why they won't let you remove Cecil from the formation, you know, just in case you want to do the final dungeon without Cecil. That fucks up the story in a lot of ways.
Don't it?
But I always thought that, in that case, you shouldn't be able to go inside the final dungeon, period, without Cecil.
Red jacket, who got that?
Red jacket, that is armor for Edward.
Oh, poetic irony.
Every room in this dungeon has a piece of equipment that you have to search for. It's usually hidden by an invisible wall or something like that.
Oh, I don't
so
know.
just scour every single wall in every room, and you will find every treasure chest. But yeah, I don't like how you technically have to go through this place twice, and there are a lot of random encounters in this cave.
And no spell to cheapen, no spell to reduce that, huh?
No.
+1 Persona 2. Bing!
Actually, all the enemies that you fight in the KO Trials are enemies that you fought already in the Feymark and the Sealed Cave, so there's nothing new to show here. With the exception of a few things, we'll be seeing them as we continue down this cave. But for the most part, all the encounters are enemies you've already fought before. I'm guessing that was also done on purpose to make sure the other 5 characters would have an easy time getting through this without too much trouble.
So wait, in the original Game Boy Advance version, they didn't level up with you?
No, they did in the original Game Boy Advance version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, but all the same, Yang just needs that mustache and then he's done.
Yang is pretty much good to go. He really doesn't need the added claws that we can get to him.
Add claws?
Well, remember, he does the same amount of damage physically that he does without the claws.
But the add claws, what do they do?
No. That's added claws.
Oh.
Added.
Because at least add, I was like, what are you going to do, show him a pop-up?
He gets 350 every punch. Oh man, I hate out of all the random battles that I had to edit out in dungeons, this one I had to edit out the most battles. Ugh, this place drove me nuts. Took me about an hour to edit this part out.
Fuck. Hypno Crown. Bitchin'.
But yeah, but this is
But what about your other main characters? Are their ultimate equipment elsewhere?
You're talking about the original 5?
Yeah.
The original 5, and the other 5 for that matter, get their ultimate weapons in another optional dungeon that will unlock as soon as we beat the game. So we're not going to be seeing that till after we beat the final boss of the game. But for the most part, we're just generally here to get their weapons that allow them to catch up to Cecil in the original 5 with their current stats.
Seems like they're kicking enough ass now.
Well, Yang especially. And Palam and Porum really got a boost in the white magic and black magic.
It's amazing what you can learn when you have a giant rock.
Yeah, tell me about it. Palam himself, he knows flare now. He knows meteor. And he knows shit.
He knows shit?
No, I mean, it's very therapeutic, that stone. Ooh, cat ear hood. That's for,
and that does what?
It's just a helmet for Porum.
No, prevent this, that, and the third?
I don't think so. I could probably look in the playback and get a glimpse of what it did in the status screen. But to me, really, the only thing I see is the boost in defense.
I'm imagining Palam and cat ears.
The cat ear hood, though, wasn't that like a costume for somebody in some Final Fantasy game?
No, it's just a defensive boost item in the city, I know that much.
No, but I'm talking about just cosmetics.
I don't know.
I think it was some character I'm thinking of that had a
White tiger mask.
That's for Yang.
Yang. Oh, yeah. It's like, I feel like we're dressing him up for Halloween.
Now he's King from Tekken.
Armor King.
Armor King. No, he's not. Oh, the mustache, you're right. I believe there is a total of 7 floors in the Game of Trials.
Oh boy!
When we get to floor 5, though, I want to show off a particularly rare new enemy for
the Knights of the Realm.
No. Shit.
If you want your final sword, Cecil, clear this trial. Fuck it, I'll just go with what I got.
No, I mean, but obviously, besides introducing some new game ideas in the advanced version, the advanced version also introduced a few new enemy formations and enemies, for that matter.
Hey, the brave suit.
That's
one of the best armors in the game. You could have gotten in the original. In Final Fantasy 12. Sorry.
The brave suit.
Yeah. Rare as shit, though.
The advanced version of Final Fantasy 4 to introduce some new enemy recolors, I should say. Not brand new enemies, just enemy recolors that are much stronger than what you fought before. Or at least have gimmicks that make them a more pain in the ass. We're gonna start in that treasure box. Huh.
Bitchin'.
I wonder why. I'm suspicious.
I am too.
Maybe we should use that siren somewhere in this cave.
Maybe we should somewhere.
Assuming we get past the 76 other random battles on our way over. God damn.
I kind of think Palam is just being like oh wait, Porum's the asshole, right?
Porum is the boy, yeah.
Yeah. I kind of imagine Porum just like fucking cursing himself up a storm and then just like picking on everything. So now they're all
Palam is the boy. Porum is the girl.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, Palam the boy. I imagine Palam being a jerk off and just attracting enemies.
Yeah.
Hey, vampire bat! And he drops his pants.
Encounter plus bug off. What? What we got here? Another siren. Okay, you know what? I think it's time we use that later. This, in terms of, as far as optional dungeons go, I don't think this is actually a well-constructed place.
Define, what do you mean by well-constructed?
Well, one thing, I hate the amount of random encounters in this fucking dungeon.
High encounter rate doesn't really dictate construction.
I think it does to me. If every 3 steps I take gives me a seizure, that's an issue.
Yeah, Cecil's. He just got out of the Tower of Babel. The whole light thing is still fucking sparking in his eyes. So every enemy that comes up, it just says hi. He goes.
And I think the other reason is because there's no new enemies in this. Well, for the most part, there are no new enemies inside this place besides at the very end of this dungeon, and the very rare occurrence that you run into new enemies in this dungeon.
Here's the thing: if you run into a new kind of enemy with your characters having the current equipment they have, they would have been fucking massacred.
No, I don't think it would be fucking massacred. I think they just should be enemies that are designed to fight with you at this current level. I'm not asking for super bosses at this point. I'm just saying it's a brand new dungeon that
Robe of Lords.
It's a brand new dungeon that wasn't in the SNES version of Final Fantasy IV. I think you should have used this opportunity to introduce a lot more new enemies. Now there are new enemies in this place, but their encounter rate is like 1 in 64. So in order to really encounter it, we have to use a siren. We're going to use a siren right here, and we're going to introduce the Golden Toad, ladies and gentlemen. He always starts the battle off by casting Toad, and then he'll spend one other turn to attack one of the party members. After that, he runs away. So what do you have to do? You have to stop him. You can either use a bronze, silver, or gold hourglass to cast Stop on him, and then you have to wail on him. The Golden Toad has near perfect physical and magical defense.
The metal slime.
Everything you throw at him will only do 1 point of damage. And he has a lot of HP. So make sure you cast Tornado to bring him to the single digits, and then just wail on him.
Whoop his ass.
Yeah. The Golden Toad is very fast, so you need to stop him before he gets his 2 turns up.
Oh yeah, he runs away.
He runs away. But there's a reason why you want to fight Golden Toads, or at least farm them with sirens. Golden Toads give out a lot of gil. 65,000 to be exact.
Wow.
And 13,000 experience for each character. They also have the chance of dropping golden apples. Golden apples permanently increase your HP.
There's a fable behind the golden apple. I forget what it was though. I think it's Nordic, but
well, all we need to know for this game is they permanently increase your HP by 100.
Wonderful.
So you can farm Golden Toads potentially to get everyone's HP up to yonder. I never do that though because I don't need to do that, really. But yeah, you can, but only use sirens in the 5th floor of the Cave of Trials. If you use them anywhere else, you're going to encounter yellow dragons, and you don't want to do that because they pretty much, counter everything with lightning. That and they don't give nearly the amount of experience as Golden Toads do.
The Grand Helmet that's resistant to lightning. I wonder if we'll get something that helps him become resistant to explosions.
It's called his beard bat. That's why he survived in the first place.
Oh, pardon me and my silliness.
Oh, here we go, a new enemy of the game, Great Marlboro.
Yeah, but see, this is where I would...
Thankfully, what Yang put to sleep on, he's like, I'll handle him.
Young's like, step back, little Bill. Boys, let the Juggernaut go to work.
I would tell you what the Great Marlboro does, but I don't know what it does because Yang didn't give him a chance to attack.
I imagine really putrid breath.
I'd imagine a more painful version of a regular Marlboro. So...
Right, so I imagine really bad breath. Or bloody breath. Or putrid breath.
I think I looked up the stats of the Great Marlboro out of curiosity. I don't recall seeing putrid breath in there, but I'm going to assume it does something more than just bad breath and acid.
It's gotta have bad breath.
Oh,
a
yeah.
Marlboro without bad breath is not a Marlboro indeed.
No.
It's a don't you.
Yeah.
I'm worth something. No, you're not.
Although I should say that Ochu predates the Marlboro.
Ochu does predate the Marlboro, but just because you came first don't mean you did it better.
But like you said yourself, the prototypes are usually the strongest.
The prototype is one thing, a beta is another.
Okay. Anyway, so this is the last floor of the Cave of Trials. These are exclusive weapons to the other 5 party members. But in order to access them, you need them in your party. This is why you have to do the dungeon twice. Because you can only get up to 4 at once. You have to bring the other person out to make the second trip just to get that other weapon. I fucking hate that. Don't like that at all. So our first weapon is for Yang, the God Hand. But before that, we need to fight a boss fight for each one of these weapons, exclusive to the Advanced and PSP
Oh
version.
boy, is it a Final Fantasy VI callback?
I don't think necessarily 6. There was a Storm Dragon in 6, though. I can see where you can make that parallel.
Honestly, dude, every time you fight 8 dragons of different elements, yeah, I'll go right back to 6.
Well, if it was like that, then I agree, but they're not all dragons.
Oh, really? They're not all dragons? Then I
They're
need the
just
6.
they're simple recolors of enemies we fought in the game, but you know.
Believe it
obviously-
or not, Final Fantasy 12, they also wanted to do like the 8 dragons sort of thing in a way.
Yeah.
There was the Holy Dragon Yasmat, the Fire Dragon Hellworm, which incidentally didn't do any fire attacks.
Yes.
The Earth Tyrant, which looked like a Tyrannosaurus, a la the Dirt Dragon. There were zombie dragons. I don't remember any water dragons or thunder dragons. So there is the Thunder Dragon, the Lindworm, which is a giant yellow beast.
Yeah.
I don't remember any water dragons, so the analogy falls apart.
Fuck. Anyway, Storm Dragon can fuck you up quickly if you're not careful. He's weak to ice, though. He has a lot of attacks, actually, wind-based attacks. Maelstrom, obviously, we've already seen what that did in earlier parts. But he also had that really powerful wind attack that you saw earlier, Whirlwind. So, hope to God he doesn't follow up Maelstrom with Whirlwind. Otherwise, you're pretty much wiped out. Luckily, there's a save point in this room. So if you mess up, it's just a matter of reloading your save file and trying it again. Anyway, we got the God Hand for Yang. So let's get that on right there. Look, it didn't even add that much attack. It added 1 point of additional attack. Yang doesn't need any bitch fucking claws.
God Hand? You mean my right hook?
You mean my pinky?
97 cottages?
I stocked up on cottages off screen.
No shit.
You can never have too many cottages, man.
How are you carrying them all around?
They're little capsules.
Oh, okay.
You can mistake them for ibuprofen, which leads to some hilarious results if you add water. Anyway, the optional boss number 2 is the Death Machine. This is a freaky looking fucking thing.
It looks like a failed physics project.
What has science done?
Kill me.
Anyway,
Please
Death Machine.
kill me.
Sid really shines in this fight because his Gaia Hammer does more damage to machines. Death Machine is considered a machine, so...
I would hope so. What would Death Machine be considered as? Death?
Yeah.
No, the reason why it's called Death Machine is because it's seeking death. Look at it. It doesn't look like...
Kill me.
It doesn't want to live. Look at it. He's got his own mech and shit coming out of his own mouth. He needs to be put out of his misery.
He has a blue screen of death to stare. He can't believe what's going on.
Hey Johnny, can you imagine a blue screen of death for him would actually just be Bill Gates there going,
With the evil pinky near his lips.
Exactly.
Death Machine, though, is actually not that big of a deal at all.
He wanted to die.
Yeah. Okay, that's probably why. But with that, we got a good weapon for Sid. We got Thor's hammer.
Mjolnir?
What?
Mjolnir. MJOLLNIR.
Is that what it's called in another translation?
That's kind of what it's called in real life. Except if you're really going to go pure Nordic, it's MJOLLNJR.
I'll stick a Thor's hammer. I'm boring.
You're
yes,
ignorant.
But I'm boring. Yeah, I know. But
No, you're just ignorant. So now we got to fight this boss battle for a lollipop.
it's Rhinosaurus.
Fuck!
Well, it didn't survive Meteor that well.
No shit. It looks like it survived it just fine, considering what happened.
Tyrannosaurus, I really don't have a strategy for. In fact, I don't have a strategy for a lot of these enemies here. They pretty much just go down pretty easily.
I do. Press the X button.
Oh yeah, I mean, you want to attack it. That's most important. But with the exception of Storm Dragon, which can
Check out Porum. She looks like she's trying to hatch a scheme or something when she's casting magic.
First the eye sockets. Good, I'm already halfway there. Ooh, okay, we might want to cast Float on ourselves to counter that. Tyrannosaurus, though, again, it really isn't a big deal. We're doing massive amounts of damage to this son of a bitch. Final Fantasy VI Tyrannosaurus, this ain't.
Final Fantasy 12 Tyrannosaurus, this ain't.
Was,
Tyrants, they were an entire species.
but they really fucked their shit up. When I met
The first ones,
they're T-Rexes.
the first ones didn't, but there were some other optional marks that could. My personal favorite was the Giru Veganus, which is basically a giant invisible Tyrannosaurus.
What? Stealth camouflage?
Kind of, yeah. You could see it. You could see it through the mist,
Yeah.
but it looked like a giant invisible Tyrannosaurus. I was like, well, that's just not my day. Back to extinction once again. Seraphim's mace.
Mace.
Yeah. So you basically got Warhawk's mallet.
Oh yeah, I never thought of that actually. I am ignorant.
You need to be a bold motherfucker. Don't limit your mind.
What's this? To approach me, you must first...
It looks like he's gonna get a katana.
It does look like I'm gonna get a sword.
Ooh, this is terrifying.
Now we have the Flan Master. And Black Flan and White Moose. And Black Flans and White Moose we encountered earlier, so...
Fun fact, White Moose, also a mark in Final Fantasy 12.
Fun fact, it's also a hair product. But, anyway, I actually think this is the easiest of the encounters because, the only one you should be focusing your attention on is the Flan Master. If you destroy the Black Flans and White Moose, the Flan Master will rejuvenate them.
And then use Ultima.
Yeah, fuck. Okay, well, don't do that.
You won't do that.
Now, even you see,
You're right.
That's what I was talking about. But I'm going to be doing that anyway because while Quake will destroy the other Flans and he'll regenerate them anyway, I'm still doing damage to the Flan Master.
Right.
Now, the Flan Master casts Reflect on itself, but Quake ignores Reflect. So that's why I'm also using it. In the meantime, Cecil, Yang, and Sid are doing what they do best, and that's beating the shit out of enemies with, blunt objects.
Blunt objects?
Well, Yang and Sid's are blunt objects.
Yeah, because I was about to wonder what the hell Cecil doing with that sword. Twink, twink.
Maybe it's a reverse sword.
Oh, what? That's retarded.
Oh boy. I will say the Flan Master spells do hurt when they cast the high level ones.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, you really have nothing to worry about. Drain always does 1 point of damage to me. It's really nothing
2,000.
to worry about there. Oh, shit. Yeah, but this one really isn't that big of a deal.
It's supposed to be the ultimate test to the black mage.
Can you practice patience and settlements? No. Quick.
Fuck him in particular.
Ouch.
What the fuck? He's taking a nap.
I always wonder what that puff of cloud was in his mouth.
That's surely an anime version of saying, I'm snoring.
So you're sleeping.
Pretty much.
No, I thought snoring was usually signified by a bubble near your nose.
I'm sorry, wait, that's yawning.
Well, you're still sleeping. Or is it the bird falling asleep?
What happened to the White Moose? Why'd it turn pink?
It's poisoned. Because Yang
poisonous moose.
Yang's Hell Claws have a chance of poisoning an enemy.
Oh yeah, I remember that, and I forgot all about it. We pointed that out earlier, and I just forgot all about it.
But that was like 5 months ago.
Yeah, right. And good night, sweet prince.
Booyah.
Triton's dagger.
That was a dagger? Like a sword. Oh, horribly disappointing. Anyway, so let's save up here. Or not. This is the last item we need to get, but we don't have Edward on our party, because we can't bring all 5 of us at the same time. So here's Edward back in our party. Here's a chest that I missed. That's a red cap. That is on the...
resistant to fire.
That is on the 4th floor of the KO Trials, in case you're wondering where that was.
And now Edward's trial.
Edward's trial, and his monster is the Giga Swarm.
That's a fucking hell of a way for... Because, a bard has to be challenged by a giant worm.
And the bard won't be doing anything. First off, Edward is in level... He's level 49 to 50 with us, and look at his HP.
Wow.
It's pathetic. Edward really gets the short stick here in this game.
No kidding.
So Edward's not going to be doing a goddamn thing. I don't even have his harps anymore from the previous playthroughs.
What are you gonna do? Have him throw a punch?
I'm just gonna have him hide. There's no reason for him to be here except to get this harp that he needs. Not even then, I'm not gonna use Edward. He's pretty much here to get what he needs and go sit right back at the fucking Tower of Wishes.
They say They say he's pretty much Onion Knight in the sense of come level 70 or so, he gets really good.
I don't recall that.
I'm not gonna fucking do that. Ah!
Worm!
The Harry Mason School of Hiding. La 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 la.
Giga Swarm is I think the most heavy hit, the hard hitter of the group.
And what a test for Edward, a boy who collapses over the pressure of a well-aimed fart.
And he's done and over with.
Truly befitting of Edward's final test. You must ultimately prove that you are completely worthless.
I'm game.
Harp immersed in the power of the sun. Huh.
Oh, I thought I was immersed in the power of Apollo Creed.
Apollo is technically god of the sun. I don't know why the hell I was thinking otherwise earlier.
I never watched Rocky.
Dude, I played Persona 2. Apollo is Tatsuya's ultimate persona. It says right there, Greek god of the sun.
I know Apollo is the sun god, but I think Apollo Creed every time. I'm the kind of person that immediately thinks of Apollo Creed before the sun god.
Rocky?
Yeah, Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, god of the sun.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we meet up tomorrow, we're actually going to start heading into the final dungeon. I said start heading into the final dungeon because we're not actually going to be completing the final dungeon.
Fuck.
For tomorrow. But we'll get some of it done.
Alright. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, be safe.